that few inches of asphalt over the top of this place, they'll be burying something. It'll be a long time before anybody ever realizes what they buried. When the history of the music business from the time this place opened up to the time this place closed is written, it'll be mentioned several times. There's a lot of people. I remember when we first started coming down here, it was Bruce Springsteen. Was just huge here. I hardly knew who he was, but here in Armadillo he was big. And a lot of bands like that the people here got into and really picked.
Really nice.
Marshall Tucker, I think. You know, they were kind of along with the rest of the country, but it was, you know, it was a place to kind of start happening. Everybody respected it.
It was an instrument that changed a lot of people's heads around.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. It allowed a lot more gigs to happen, a lot more club owners, let these sleazy bands, we couldn't get a gig, you know.
Right.
The Armadillo allowed us to come in here, be obnoxious, play the kind of music we do. Cowboys like it, straight people like it. I never had any problem.
All the record companies, whether they wanted to admit it or not, you know, respected Armadillo. All the bands, I don't think you find, well, I wouldn't say you wouldn't find anybody because everybody ain't the same, but you wouldn't find very many bands that really didn't enjoy playing the Armadillo and didn't feel like that. These people have always gone out of their way here to make you feel at home.
First of all, I was real shocked and sad to hear that it was going to close, but I really wanted to come down here and be part of it. And the minute I got here, I was overwhelmed with the feeling of this place. They were having the Christmas arts and crafts fair here the days before. Now, in a regular club, you couldn't do this. This isn't just a concert hall. This isn't just one of the best concert halls with one of the best sounds and all kinds of fabulous murals on the wall, but it's also like a community arts center, really, cultural center. It's just a space that can be used for whatever the people want to be used for. And here was this wonderful fair going on and people selling things and making things and just a real spirit of brotherhood and love that we all thought was going to prevail and seems to be going right down the tubes.
Got the old fart guys, players who played the great music, the Bob Wills, hip to the young kids and vice versa. So the young college kids from here were starting to be hip and smoking pot and stuff, started getting turned out to the real rude American music which they were unaware of.
When you get past the fringes of it and you get into the, you know, the real musical end of the thing, there's been a lot of heavyweight music people came from down this way.
But I remember when Willie first was trying to make it, you know, he was always been a great songwriter, never could get anywhere. It was looks and
his image.
Yeah, because at that time it was cute. Cute was in, cute sequins, but that was 70s changed that. You know,
and
ugly, and now the 80s is a whole other thing.
And this club sort of gave it respectability, what he had, and he found a place and a niche, and then he became a superstar.
Yeah, and the college kids always, this and Berkeley and Ann Arbor, the places the college kids in the 70s looked to for what was happening.
But in 5 or 10 years, you won't see a tavern or a place like this in operation nowhere. It'll all be disco and big highfalutin places where no one can get in but the rich people.
What was unique about the Armadillo that allowed it among, you know, above any other place in the country to get like Paul McCartney, you know, to have this loyalty where you know, Devo, The Clash, Elvis Costello, groups that were totally diverse from each other would pick out this one place to perform where they wouldn't do it for 100 others.
The experience of performing here is that magic, and it's the proximity and the responsiveness of the audience to the performer and the great thirst for original music.
I think the one thing that's going to be missed the most is the sense of freedom and communication that the performers enjoy here. Whenever they've come in here, they've known that they were going to be treated with courtesy and with as much professionalism as we could muster. And they know that the audience is going to love them because that's what Austin's all about. Austinites have almost an insatiable appetite for live music and the ritual of getting together and celebrating the fact of music.
Sometimes I remember it sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Sometimes I remember it peace, happiness, and health. And a lot of love.
You know, it's the end of an era. There's no two ways about it. It's an end of an era.
Night Flight continues with Last Dance at the Dillo.